Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 17th to the 23rd. This is for Gemini, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to get more specific with your reading. Now, Gemini, I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it's been used for thousands of years. It's had major influence on divination, including tarot. Every tarot card is assigned an astrological element, a ruling planet, a ruling sign. I mean, we go really deep, all right? We go really deep when they're combined. Now, Gemini, this week, wow, this is the week, isn't it? All right, we've come to it. The new moon solar eclipse, all right, that's going to be happening on Wednesday. Now, you may, if you're into astrology, you may have heard so many different astrologers talk about this eclipse in so many different ways. This is a great eclipse, all right, compared to the ones that we had last year that were really challenging, okay? And last year may have been a little bit challenging for Geminis. Now, this is a great eclipse. I love the way that like Mars and Saturn are so harmonious. They're bringing that stability. Even Uranus, all right, is bringing like some element of surprise. Pluto's is square, but you know, it's really, you know, the other, if you look at everything, you know, from afar, everything is really overbearing, like that Pluto square. But there may be just, you know, this week you may find someone really challenging, someone, you know, there may be some sort of power struggle. But what's really great is that, you know, the day after we go into Taurus. All right, we go into Taurus season, and then the day after that, Mercury goes retrograde, which, sure, listen, Gemini, Mercury's your ruling planet. When Mercury goes retrograde, it affects you, okay? A lot more than the other signs, all right? Now, this Mercury is going in Taurus, all right? So what does this mean, all right? It means that, probably not a good idea to buy any like big electronics, or, you know, there could be some moments where you want to say some things that, you know, you may regret later. Those are the kind of things, you know, Mercury does. You know, when it retrogrades, it has an adverse impact on communication, and communication is your thing, right? So here's the thing. This is where it gets really interesting, Gemini. This eclipse is at 29 degrees. Now, you'll probably hear some astrologers say that's a critical degree. It's basically tipping into Taurus, okay? It's basically tipping into Taurus. Now, the sun is in Taurus the next day. All right. And so Jupiter is going into Taurus next month. Now, what does this mean for you? That is your 12th house. So you may be in your head a little bit. The 12th house rules the subconscious. It rules, like, you know, hidden enemies, the past, even fears, self-sabotage, things like that. But this is a time where you unroot things, where you empower yourself, where you go really deep to those places that may be hard to go to. Okay. And I'm just going to give you a quick personal story just to give you an analogy, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, okay? When I had personally all this activity in my 12th house, I was able to, there's someone in my family that, you know, relationship wasn't great, okay? And it was going on for decades. And during this time, when I had all this activity in my 12th house, I was able to go to those really hard place, you know, that really hard place to just forgive that person, to really unroot that, okay? And it left all the stress came off my shoulders, all right? So this may be a week where you may have to do some you may find yourself doing some, you know, big soul searching. But this is also like a big, remember, Saturn went into Pisces in your 10th house of career, so there could be a lot of career activity happening around this time. There's also you know, all this activity in Aries anyways, your, you know, social network, you know, Venus is in your sign right now. All right, so it's a great time to be social, okay? Ooh, did you see that flip over? That's crazy. Oh my goodness, that's a sign. You got the 10 of Pentacles. I don't do jumpers, but if it does come out in your spread, then yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. But that's already a good sign. And the last thing I was going to tell you, Gemini, is that you Oh, this eclipse. Okay, back to this eclipse that's happening. It is in your 11th house. All right. So not only your social network, you may make new friends in the next few months up to, a year. You may decide there are some friends that are not good for you and that maybe leaving them behind. But it's also your house of your hopes and wishes. All right. So you could see a lot of movement in the things that you want. Use this eclipse to, it's like a refresh, right? It's like it's like a reboot. All right. And then Mercury going retrograde is reassessing things, rethinking things, reevaluating. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, Gemini. Let's see what's going on for you for the week of April 17th to the 23rd. Again, this is for Gemini Sun and Rising. Now, Gemini, like I said earlier, I do a traditional occultic cross spread. It gives the best overview in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, you'll notice that there's so much sunlight. I take it as a sign. This I especially during eclipse week, solar eclipse week. So you may not see the cards. I'm going to bring them up one by one. This is just so blowing my mind. What's really funny is I've already done a bunch of readings, and the same card has been coming up in everyone's readings, and a lot of signs have been getting their own cards. So let's go ahead and get started. You got the Queen of Wands. So there is this drive in you. There's this passion in you. There's something that you want. And for a lot of Geminis, you've gotten it. There's been closure for some things. There's a big message coming through, okay? Some sort of closure has been happening. And then for some of y'all, there's just something that's come into your life that you're really passionate about. It could be an idea. It could be this, vision that you have for yourself, or it could be something in your physical world. Now, the Queen of Wands, she does have the power to attract whatever she wants. She is also very entrepreneurial, right? Very Aries. Remember, all this activity in Aries right now for you, again, your hopes and wishes, attracting what you want. You see that sunflower in her hand? It has full powers of the sun, okay? This is great. This is amazing. Now, in the heart of your spread, you got the Five of Swords. So, Gemini, this is a week where you are going to have, remember what I said, there's going to be all this activity in your subconscious, and even like fears and even like hidden enemies. There could be some people that surface, all right, especially with Mercury retrograde. A lot of people from our past come up, and that may happen for you, all right? And so this is, you can see there's been a battle, but he's still holding the swords. Now, listen, we all know swords are very powerful, right? They're not only powerful in tarot, but in real life. You don't have to tell kids swords are sharp and they're powerful. Now, here's the thing. You've seen Game of Thrones, right? This is how you hold a sword, right? Not like that. Okay? And so here's the thing. With this coming up in the heart of your spread, 5 is a conflict card, all right? You have to ask yourself, there may be some conflict happening, and the biggest message coming through is up here, especially because we're moving into Taurus season. There's all this activity that's going to be happening in, up here, especially Mercury, your ruling planet, going retrograde, all right? So a lot of this will be you, kind of like a tug of war energy going on in your head with what do I do? And this happened to me. How do I fix this? But there is also a sense of what do I do now? Right? How do I move forward from this? Now, this is a card, and I always say we were gifted free will. You can choose to continue battling. You can choose to lay down those swords. Choose your battles wisely, all right? That is the biggest message. Choose your battles wisely. Again, Pluto is going to be active during this eclipse, and there could be some sort of power struggle. But I want you to know this card really is like the big takeaway is the self-dignity, self-respect, right? And so you don't have to battle. You don't have to. I mean, you really, really, really just want to be when I say choose your battles wisely, when you take the high road, right? You not only learn from the situation, you're the better person in the situation, you become a better version of yourself. So keep that in mind, because you did get the moon, all right? You did get the moon in your challenge area. So you're really going to have to go through these towers. You see the towers, right? you're going to have to go through these towers, all right? This is in your challenge area. I mean, this is ruled by Pisces. And again, a lot of this is going to resonate for a lot of Geminis with work. Again, Saturn moving into Pisces, right? And your 10th house of career. If it's not career, 10th house is fame, public achievements, it's, recognition. So how you're perceived, all right, within your family, within your neighborhood, what resonates with you. But the moon, listen, you see that little crayfish coming out of the water. Listen, this is all about facing your fears, okay? And so I want you to be able to do that this week, all right? Especially from the very beginning when I said this is going to be a week wherever there's going to be a lot of activity in your 12th house of fears. It's a good week to face them, all right? Don't be combative. Don't be combative. Combative. Don't be combative. Work with it. Work with it, okay? It looks like you want to. You got the 3 of Wands, all right? Up in your crown. Now, what's really great about this, again, that's Aries here. So you've gotten 2 Aries cards here, and that's really great because this eclipse is in Aries. We've had so much activity in Aries that's bringing this new change, that's bringing this reboot. It's a good time. It looks like there is something that you want to pursue. You're ready for change. This is clear as day here. The 3 of Wands, all about change, all about, going out and leaving your village, right? And exploring and following your dreams and, seeing what's out there. This is really great. It came up in your crown, and look at what came up in the root of your spread. You got your own card. You got the Lovers, all right? And so a lot of this has to do with relationships. When I say relationships, it can be romance, it can be career, all right? Again, there is a lot of activity happening with career with Geminis. You're in the process of building that structure and that foundation. But listen, you can see Archangel Raphael here. He's the one who's gifting this love, this power of love. There's a lot happening here. You see the tree of life. You see the tree of knowledge. You see, let's call them Adam and Eve. Here's the thing. You see a lot of sun too. So this is a great card. But you can see that he's looking at her. She's looking at the Archangel. This is really like conscious, subconscious, super conscious. A lot of it, I mean, Trinity at play here, but a lot of it's just you and the choices that you're going to have to make moving forward, okay? You see that mountain there? Ask yourself, do I want this to be a challenge or is this a goal? What resonates with you, okay? This, again, has to do with relationships. Again, it can be a boss, it can be your partner, it can be even a friend, okay? Even a friend, platonic. But listen, the root of it all, there may be something this week where, again, there's a lot happening in your career area and in your 11th house, your social network, organizations you belong to, right? And your hopes and dreams. So what's really interesting is that there is going to be something this week where you may have to face some truth about a relationship, okay? Keep that in mind. Again, work or career or whatever resonates with you. It could be even a friend or a family member. Now, listen, you did get the 8 of Cups in your future. This is like blows me away. This has come up in everybody's readings so far. Everybody's readings, okay? You see there's an eclipse happening up there. So already, synchronotically, it's happening with, the astrology of the moment of this week. But this is great because it came in your future. You're leaving things behind. You're leaving things that don't serve you well, just like this man here who's wearing a red cape and red shoes. As you can see, that's passion. That's power to move forward. And it may be hard. It may be hard, but you're doing it, okay? It's almost like bittersweet energy. There you go. There's another card that's come up in everybody's readings. Okay. I'm going to show you something here. You saw the 2 clarifiers I pulled. So, you're moving forward, okay? Whether it's up here, whether it's from a relationship, whether it's a job, you're moving forward, going towards something that you know is better for you. You got the 7 of Swords. It's time to face your truth. And again, someone, it really is about moving forward, okay? It's all about moving forward. You see here, he's moving forward. You see here, he's looking back. We don't want that. We want you to look forward and move forward, okay? Face all your truths. That's what these swords are, okay? Up here, intellect. It's you know, the mental suit, all right? It's all up here. Face everything that you need to face, all right? Because once you do, you got the Wheel of Fortune, all right? This is luck. This is, you know this card. Come on, this is hitting jackpot. This is, the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter, okay? And so, as we know, Jupiter in Aries is in your house of your hopes and wishes, okay? And so this is a card where it's the gods above are looking down at you, Gemini. A lot of karmic energy attached to this card, and they're saying, look at that Gemini. So much, they earn their karma points, they've cashed them in. We're going to give them this huge boost of luck to put them on the path of destiny that they belong on. You're about to move into this very auspicious time in your life. Here's your affirmation, okay? You see the 4 fixed signs in the corners of the wheel here, right? And that is bringing all that stability with this change. And I say change because it's 10, 1, 0 equals 1, new beginning, and 10 is the end, right? This is a game-changing card. One thing else I'm going to point out, you see the word tarot in the wheel, flip it the other way. You see the word Torah, all right? The book of law, right? And then you see Rhoda, okay? Flip it the other way. Rhoda, Latin for wheel. What are the chances of that? Either way you spin it. I mean, this is, when I say fate and luck, there you go. You also see the 4 building blocks, the metaphysical building blocks of life: mercury, sulfur, salt, mercury, and air. Mercury, sulfur, salt, and air. Anyway, this is really, really huge. This is in your future. Drop the swords, all right? Anything that is not serving you well, leave it behind. And it looks like you will. You got the 8 of Cups again. That is very interesting that the Eclipse card has come up pretty much in everybody's reading. So let's get to your stuff. Gemini, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. I mean, do you like my new haircut? Let me know. I mean, come on. And if you are a subscriber, you know I love you. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. You really make my day. I really am grateful and appreciative. Now, Gemini, this is a week. You got the King of Cups. All right. So all you want at this point is to just be so emotionally secure, okay? You don't want to worry about anything anymore. You want to be on top of your emotions, and hey, the potential's there. You can do that, all right? You can even see his throne is on top of water, all right? That's how emotionally stable he is. Nothing's going to knock him off that throne. I mean, this is an amazing card, and I really love this for you, actually. I love this for you. He's very intuitive, very psychic, this king. And so remember to use that, all right? Your intuition. Tap into your intuition. Remember, you got the moon, right? What is, that's intuition. And then also with this eclipse happening, you see the moon. So a lot of intuition, like trust your intuition this week, okay? Trust your intuition because boom, you got the Page of Swords. Now, listen, when I say Uranus is active during that eclipse, you could get some messages coming through. This is a messenger here, all right? Now, this came in your external factors area. So pages are messenger, swords, the mental suit. So y'all are getting some message coming through, okay? Whether it's from your spirit guides, whether it's through your email, whether it's something that, something that you may be looking forward to. But either way, this is absolutely amazing. And there's it's also saying there's this, enthusiasm to just boom, boom, boom. Some of y'all actually have someone in your life, okay? That is kind of like, you like your biggest cheerleader. All right, so let that really absorb that and let that happen, let that flow. But it looks like a message is coming true, and then there you go. All right, I love this that you got the 6 of Wands. All right, Jupiter and Leo. But listen, this is all about victory. This is all about success. This is all about public recognition. Remember, I said that. All right, Saturn moving into Pisces. This is what you want more than anything else. All right, being recognized for who you are, for the amazing person you are. Some of y'all are actually moving into this phase, especially astrologically, and like uh, it's almost like you're moving into this phase where your life in, let's say, June, come your like birthday season, May, June, you're going to be a completely different place than you are today. Okay, you can even come back to this reading. Look at, I mean, this is just choose your battles wisely. Take action toward the things that you're passionate about. And if you need to go to those places that are hard to get to, just remember sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to be comfortable. Now, lastly, the reason I say that is because you got the Hermit in your final outcome. All right. I love this. I love this. All right. This, I mean, talk about Hermit. You don't see anything here, right? You don't see anything but gray wisdom, right? You see no water. You see no, he's a hermit, right? And I know that the word, it means something differently now. You know, it has like a negative connotation to it. But think about the 14th century. People actually traveled to the Hermit because he had that sage wisdom, right? And so he does that soul searching, right? He has a lantern, sure. He has a lantern to see what's coming next after he's made all these accomplishments, but you can only see so far with lantern light, okay? The light is actually inside you. And so this is in your final outcome. It looks like you will be doing some soul searching, all right? And if not, I think that you should. And then there you go. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. This is, okay, another card that's come up in every reading so far. Remember what I said about trusting your intuition? There you go. There's your third moon, okay? Intuition. You may have this soul searching is going to help you make this decision. There may be a situation that you're in. Spend that time. The Hermit has removed himself to do that soul searching. Now you do it too. I mean, you are the Hermit. Listen, do that soul searching. If you have to remove yourself for a little bit, you know, go to the forest for a day, do some forest bathing, go within, tap into your intuition. It's gonna help. It's gonna help you make this decision, because you're gonna have to make a decision this week. Okay, clear as day here. There you go. You come out on top. You got the Queen of Swords. All right. I love this for you. All right. Now, again, another sword suit. This is really interesting. You've dominated. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sword suit. So up here, right? The swords are mental suit, like intellect, ideas, decisions, all of that. But Queen of Swords, head above the clouds. Someone who is like, listen, things could be really emotional about this decision that you have to make, or even if you're in a situation where you have to like decide to like get really deep to unroot some things. You see that she is blindfolded. We want to take that blindfold off, but trust her intuition. You'll be fine, okay? You have the Queen of Swords, all right? There's no water in this card. There's no cups in this card. This is all up here. This is like leaving emotions at the door, to be very, practical, to be very, like head above the cloud, honest with yourself, okay? Be very honest with yourself. Remember, you did get the 7 of Swords in your future, all right? So be honest with yourself. And look, you can even see her hand, even though she is like, I call her the Ice Queen. Her hand is like, come to me. Let's talk about this. She's very much like the Justice card. So it's like, you're good. You're good. The fact that you got the Wheel of Fortune in your future, next to the Page of Swords, you have this, you're gonna get some message come through, and you have a lot of luck. You're moving into this auspicious period again. Come your birthday season, you're gonna be, but it looks like you are gonna have to make a decision this week, a big decision. All right. Remember, you got the Lovers in the root of your spread. You got the 5 of Swords in the heart of your spread, and the 2 of Swords up here. But all this moon coming up, really trust your intuition at this point. Really trust your intuition, especially with the Hermit in your final outcome, doing that soul searching. Gemini, I love you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week, and thank you so much for being here. All right, bye-bye.